found that these companies were a bit were focused more in promoting features to our group, so that we would use them more rather than actually engaging with us about what the whole site means, what the values are, and where they are going forward, and how we could partner them. So they were looking at us more as clients, I felt, in a sense, rather than as equal partners.
The one thing that hit me with the conversations on Twitter and Facebook was it's about the revenue sharing issues that they raise, and I think what those platforms need to do is be a lot clearer about how that revenue share is going to work. And I think they need to demonstrate very quickly to publishers that they can actually create new revenue streams for publishers around their content. Because I think if that part's not very clear, then there's still going to be this concern on the publisher's part about continually giving away their content, as it were, and putting it on their platforms for those businesses to profit off the back of that. So I think it's always touched on that they want to help publishers, and they always talk about that. But what I think they need to do is be a lot clearer about how that's going to work and demonstrate that very quickly.
Monetization of this would definitely depend on how much Facebook actually decides to give us or share with us. We will not have enough autonomy to really decide what is the right share, because imagine if there are millions of publishers that sign on to the platform, instant articles, then there would be competition amongst them, and Facebook would play one against the other, and eventually I think it will just end up giving them a lion's share of the revenue.
The other thing that platforms like Facebook and Apple, is the same with Apple News, need to do very quickly is look after publishers that have a subscription business around their content, because I think that's a model that is working for some, and giving away content on those platforms goes against that model and that philosophy. So until they come up with very smart decisions around that very, very quickly, I think a lot of big publishers will always be I think reticent to put that content on their platforms.
Most of these companies, at least the social media companies, they are more in the business of gathering a lot of data about the users and then selling the data to the highest bidder, essentially. And because it is this mindset, what they're also finding is that they need some way to engage the reader, because people are now spending less time per se on these platforms individually. They're spending more time across different applications like chat and things like that. The time spent on each of these sites is, I think, going down, or the engagement level is also going down. But total time spent that people are spending on a variety of social platforms is possibly going up, but it's fragmenting. I think that's what they're seeing. So it's a war on a person's time right now. That's really where I see the game. And what they're trying to do is, I think they're trying to rope us in our content to sort of engage the readers and increase their time spent. I don't really see how we would, as an industry, really benefit from this approach. I see more Facebook benefiting, because even if, let's say, the same reader is increasing his time spent through our content, it is actually being spent on the Facebook platform, and it is not being spent on our website or on our platform. Like the way forward for us is to integrate social into our content fabric in a bigger way, and to create a more holistic experience for an engaging experience for our website customers, where they can probably not only just get the news, but they can interact and discuss with one another. They can have interactions with the editors, they can learn, they can contribute, and I think the newspaper, really the platform, is an ideal place for doing that. But for that, the whole website needs to be retooled, the experience needs to be more social and engaging. So I think once that is done, and if also a number of newspapers can come together and deliver this experience on a larger scale, then I think we have a game on our hands. But until then, I do feel it's going to be I see the whole partnership with Facebook. That's it. I'm a bit troubled by it.